Okay, just another update on the Zoom meeting that I'm holding at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, Sydney time, Australia, this week, on the 15th of April. This is a Zoom meeting that deals a lot with the root causes of sickness and disease, addictions, psychosomatic disorders. I want to just give you a couple of examples how important this is for people that are going through an ongoing trial. You might be trusting God for breakthrough in your healing or your health or any condition you have, but there are certain things that are in place that prevent God from giving you the breakthrough that you need. It's not that you don't have the faith, or you're not trusting God, or God is not willing to heal you. There are certain things, legal interferences with your recovery, that need to be dealt with. And on this meeting that we have, I'm going to be discussing some of these very key things. I'm going to give you a couple of examples just to show you how this can work. So first of all, we had once a woman that came to us that had advanced breast cancer. So she was very ill. The doctors had essentially told her there was no hope for her, and she had been prayed for various people in the valley that we lived in, various pastors and other Christians, praying really desperate for her breakthrough. She was a mother of several kids, single mother. And eventually she came to us for prayer. And we went through a process of dealing with issues in her besides that sickness. And we prayed for her. The next day that tumor flared up dramatically, but by the end of the week it had totally disappeared. She was cancer free. I had another person as well that also came for prayer. We discussed very clear things that God had shown us beforehand that were contributing to her illness. Very clear things that God had spoken to us, and during that process of counseling, she rejected them all. She said, no, that's got nothing to do with it. I don't have these issues, I don't have those issues. But I was pretty certain that God had spoken to me about these issues that needed to be addressed before we could pray for her. Eventually she said, look, there's nothing further to discuss, and she left, and we left. 3 months later I got a call from her on her sickbed in the hospital. In fact, she died the next day, and she called me in, the children were there, and she called me to apologize and say, you know, Brad, at the time when you were counseling me, everything you said was accurate and true. You were 100% accurate. It's just that I wasn't ready to deal with certain issues, and I wish I had, because ever since you left, my situation deteriorated dramatically. I know I'm about to die, there's nothing can be done. I wish I'd listened to you at the time. So we have two very clear examples of one person who faced a very dramatic situation with a lot of trial in life, and yet could find themselves reconciled to God and got the healing against all odds. Another person that, because the condition wasn't that bad, but they had nothing preventing them getting immediate healing, but they chose to harden their heart and reject the counsel, and then obviously went through to pass away. So this is just part of the ministry that we do, is identifying certain things that are barriers that might not be related to your condition. They might be totally disrelated. They might have no bearing in your own mind about how they relate to your condition, yet they are spiritual things that are in place that are preventing God reaching in and doing the work that you're desperately wanting. So in this meeting on Wednesday night, I'm going to discuss these principles. They're very clear, they're very precise, there's no wishy-washy stuff about it. They are biblical. You can get your own verification out of the scriptures. And even if people who are out there in a healing ministry are praying and trusting God for healing for other people, I'm going to show you some very clear things that are preventing you getting the breakthrough that the scriptures say you should be getting. So join me on 7 p.m. this Wednesday night. If you have any questions, you can just maybe message my channel or get a hold of me through some of the medium that I am engaged on, and ask me those questions. I will address specific things that you raise with me, where you've got maybe your own personal health or somebody else that you're trusting and praying for. And I'll show you the steps that God has given us, how we can strip away everything else that either man or the devil is trying to put into the situation to prevent God being able to do what He promises to do, to heal all people. So join me on Wednesday night. Look forward to seeing you there.